Hello, YouTubers, and welcome back to another episode of the Grandstand here on the Ohio Patriot Education Network YouTube channel. I am, as always, your host, AR the Ohio Patriot. And for today's episode, we're going to talk about how godless schools leads to prideful parents, and by that I mean pride is one of the 7 deadly sins. We're also going to deal with some updates on some other various topics, specifically the splash pad shooting there in Michigan yesterday. Or I guess technically it'll be 2 days ago now, about a day and a half, give or take, actually. And then also do an update to that Auburn, Maine one. Let's see if there's anything up to that right now. So, okay. So yeah, so the latest one about that one was from 10 hours ago from the Maine one, where it was Maine law enforcement blamed judge for releasing suspect in Auburn shooting. Yeah. Well, and that's the thing, right? You literally have a dude who, in that case, should have been in prison already, like still be in prison or whatever for the crimes he committed previously that were all felonies and shit. But yet somehow a felon was able to get his hands on a weapon. Doesn't matter how. You know, just obviously proves the point of like primitive people being able to do what the fuck they want is what it is in this country. And then the fact you had some dickhead judge be like, oh, no, that's fine. We could just lower this dude's bond or whatever the case be. There's a reason, by the way, why here in Ohio in the last election cycle, back in 2022, why we had a piece of legislation on the books there that was was it actually 2020? No, I think it was 2022. Or was it 2021 maybe? No, it would have been the midterms because, yeah, the 2023 one was where they pushed through that bullshit is what it was. We're going to get into that later about the people I'm going to be talking about here in a moment or two, which is going to be, when I say moment or two, it's about 5 minutes. So from now, we got to figure out this main thing, what it is then. But yeah, so basically, you have back in the midterm elections, like around that time is what it was, you had a piece of legislation be pushed through then as like issue 1 or 2 or 3 or whatever it was there. And it was to basically stop repeat offenders, people that could be sort of like violent criminals, even for that matter, like first-time offenders and stuff, that did something so horrendous that like a judge could basically be like, no, I'm going to set this person's bond at like X amount of dollars, even give them no bond for that matter, because they would be like a menace to society if they got back out of this prison system is what it is there. And so, yeah, you had that pass overwhelmingly with like, I think it was almost 70% of the vote at that point, which, by the way, for the people out there that were claiming like, oh, you know, we don't need to have the 60% threshold in Ohio, yet 42 other states already have is what it is there, man. Like, yes, we do, people, because right there, that shows that people really give a shit about our society. They will come out in record numbers and make it the percentage more than enough to do the thing. What they won't do is you won't have people overwhelmingly support your bullshit fucking abortion and child sterilization on demand, which is what you fuckers passed last year in an election cycle that you knew goddamn well was going to have a low fucking voter turnout, and you can energize your stupid ass Democrat voter base is what it is there to push your fucking agenda through, which, by the way, I will still fight your asses in the court on that one very fucking soon whenever I get a payday. Here's what it'll be, dude, because I'm willing to bring a lawsuit at this point, man. Like, it needs to be fucking null and void at this point, honestly, that piece of shit that they called issue 1 there back in November of last year, because, first of all, it directly infringes upon Article 1, Section 1 of the Ohio Constitution for human life. So, yeah, right then and there, dude, fucking null and void legislation out the goddamn door is what it is, dude. Go fuck yourself. There is no article, whatever the fuck you want to put it there is, as a thing, 22, whatever the fuck you call it now. So, yeah, I totally agree with Republicans here that say we're not going to fucking swear an oath to that bullshit is what it is, dude. Nor should they, because it's unconstitutional as fucking what it is, dude. To even have that on our fucking legislative books right now is what it is. And the fact that to this day it's not being fought in the courts by the fucking state, honestly, like the state majorities would be then, it's a bunch of shit entirely, dude. And first of all, I would go forward and say the fact that dipshit Frank LaRose even allowed to be fucking certified on the ballot as an issue to begin with is what it is. Shows everything that him being a fucking scumbag, honestly, dude. Because first of all, you had the fucking power there, buddy, Secretary of State, to be like, no, we're not fucking going to certify this shit. Or Dave Yostoff or anything else like that. It's like, no, we're not going to fucking allow these people to put the shit on the ballot when it, like, right then and there should have been lawsuits to start out with before they were even allowed to put it on the ballot there, dude. Because I guarantee you, if you had lawsuits going to begin with, it would have never been allowed to get on the ballot anyway, because it would have been from the perspective of, hey, this is a direct infringement upon an existing law already in the books for over 200 fucking years in the state. Like you have 200 fucking years of case law, bitch, as case precedent at that point. From Article 1, Section 1, when this state was created back in the 1800s, man. And you're not going to fight that shit on that. You're going to be like, oh, no, it's fine. Just fucking let him have it. Fuck that, dude. No. And you know damn well, if this had happened in 2022, or even here in 2024, where Trump's going to be on the fucking ballot, dude, that shit would have been overwhelmingly fucking told people to say, there would have been a bunch of people on that saying, no, go fuck yourself, leftist. You're not putting this shit on our fucking books, dude. But no, they happened to do the one fucking time where they had all these fucking first-time voters, a bunch of 18-year-old dipshits, etc. there. 18, 19, 20-year-old fucking females probably shouldn't have voting rights at all in this country, this state, just because of the fact they're fucking morons, number one. And number two, they've been indoctrinated for the last decade plus of their fucking lives, dude, with these dumbass fucking teachers in the school system is what it is there, man. Pushing these fucking, you know, pride agendas and the fucking everything else for that matter is what it is there. So, yeah, it's a bunch of shit entirely, dude. But, anyway, which is what we're going to get into next, actually. A family friend, his wife, apparently decided to take her daughters to one of these Pride events yesterday because I guess it was the school system that she works for down there who is pushing this shit. And first of all, why are my state tax dollars going to allow people who are teachers in this state and school board members in this state to be allowed to push pride shit, dude? Seems like something where we should have, like, I don't know, automatic firings and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? But maybe that's just me. So anyway, because I'm not gonna, you know, get into a whole thing with my family friends. Here's what it is. I blurred out faces as much as I could here. But yeah, I do want to mention the whole thing here because yeah, you had these people at the fucking event there with their little Gehenna Pride shirts is what it is there. Which, by the way, doesn't know what that is. It's a suburb of Columbus. Specifically, I believe it's one of the wealthier, more white neighborhoods in the Columbus area, I'm not mistaken. Like, it's not quite Upper Arlington or anything like that, but it's like, I think it's like gentrified anyway, is what it is there. So, and I've kind of wondered about their kids for a while now because, like, she's always posting pictures into my timelines and stuff like that when I go to Facebook and stuff like that is what it is there. And I was kind of questioning, I'm just like, especially because she was one of the people that was like one of these people that voted yes on the whole, like, you know, fucking moment of birth abortion stuff last year is what it was. Because her whole post after that was like, yeah, I shouldn't have to worry about if my daughter's getting molested or whatever the case be. It's like, why the fuck are you letting your daughters be assaulted in the first place, lady? Like, goddamn. Like, as a parent, you would think, I don't know, keep the kids fucking safe. Like, if she didn't have to come to that woman, god damn it. Like, seriously, man, fuck. Like, the fact that that's where your mind is, honestly, like, shows a bunch of stuff at that point of exactly what 19 was a mistake, number one, in your case. So, anyway. But yeah, it's just fucking ridiculous is what it is. And then, yeah, I guess all those people that were in that photo there were all teachers and stuff like that. At one of the local schools there is what it is. And then you had, in the same set of photos that she was posting last night from that Pride Parade and stuff like that, was this dumbass fucking photo where it was a woman's place is in the House and the Senate. And then somebody asked if she was going for office, and she's like, maybe someday. It's like, well, it seems like you already did, didn't you? Because if you're a school board member in one of these school systems, like, isn't that technically running for office at that point? Or are you just being appointed as a... Because she mentioned she was a teacher, too, I guess. And it's like... Or is it that school system is so small, it just, like, appointed you as, like, a school board member, which is kind of weird. Because I know every other one, it's like, you're supposed to be running for office on that one. So, but yeah, I'll tell you right now, like, what I already know about her, I'm not sure what her stance on guns is and what it is, dude. But I'll tell you what, if she's, like, one of these raging anti-gun leftist Democrats and stuff like that, dude, and she would try to run for office in this state or this country, like, at a larger level... Buddy, I would tear that bitch down so fucking fast. It ain't even funny. Like, I'd be the kind of guy that I would, like, be actively working for her opponent in that fucking race is what it is on the opposite side of the fucking ticket, man. So, just on principle alone, realize what it is there. But yeah, it's just fucked up, man. And it's just fucking disgusting is what it is. And then, of course, you had all those people out there marching with their various pride flags. Like, you have the trans pride flag. I'm not even sure what this one is. It's like black. It's black, gray, white, and purple. Maybe that's supposed to be like asexual. I don't know. Huh. Actually, I just saw the one. Okay, I'm going to look up pride flags right now because one of the kids there was waving some weird one around. Actually, two weird ones around that weren't like the traditional pride flag. Now I want to see what them flags are. I feel like there was that one, though. So, oh, jeez. Of course, I look at the word pride flag and they fucking Google puts up some weird little thing. That's what it is, dude. Like, fuck you people, man. Get on my face with that shit one. Yeah, let's look up what these ones are here. Yeah, I don't need that fucking. Get on my face with that shit, dude. Okay. So the ones I was discussing, that the one picture showed, there's what it was. It was that weird one right here, the black, gray, white, purple one. And then it was the one right next to it that's like dark pink, middle purple, dark blue. And I'm not sure what the other one was that her child was holding, if it was one of these ones up here, like the traditional pride flag, or if it's the pinky one or something like that. Or no, sorry. It would have been, I think this weird, like, orange-ish one with the white line there is what it is. Maybe it was the other one. Now, let me go check that real quick. Need to go. Let's see here for a sec. I feel like there was definitely... Because she was waving around like a weird one herself there. It looked like the older daughter had like just a random, like, traditional like rainbow flag. And yeah, it was the younger. Oh wait. Oh, Jesus Christ. So yeah, her fucking 6th grade child is claiming to be trans, then, dude, is what it is. Or possibly, because she had trans pride flag in one hand, the other weird pride flag in the other hand, and then she had like a third one off her back, is what it was. That was the it's like pink, purple, black, and white, I think. So it's like asexual or something. Again, you know this shit's coming from the parents, dude. Or if it's not coming from parents, it's definitely coming from fucking fellow classmates and stuff. So, yeah, there's definitely shit like that going on right there, dude. Because, like I said before, dude, you have these kids nowadays where for them it's cool to be, X, Y, or Z is what it is there, man. Because it's the trendy fucking thing is what it is there, man. It's just retarded is what it is. Okay, so let's go ahead and look this shit up now. What these are supposed to represent here. So you got Gilbert Barker pride flag. So that would have been like the original one, basically. So then you got the 6-color pride flag. Philadelphia pride flag, which is a weird one. Trans flag. New Progress pride flag. That's basically the pedo flag, for those who don't know about that one. Okay, so this one, non-binary. Okay, so it's a non-binary one that she might have been rolling with. Jesus Christ, dude. These fucking kids, I swear to God, dude. Or no. No, I'm sorry, it was the asexual one. Yeah, so it was asexual. And then bisexual. Okay, first of all, I'm gonna have to talk with that kid, man, at some point in the future. Like, if we're ever hanging out with the family and shit. Because I feel like, okay, first of all, asexual, bisexual, and then transgender flags is what you're waving around. Like, are you going to be all 3 of these things then? Like, what the fuck? It makes no sense at all, dude. Are you just claiming that you support all those things is what it is, though? Like, because that could be a different story altogether, right? Like, and it's whatever, man. But again, like, first of all, you shouldn't have underage kids at these fucking events, dude. Seriously. Like, There's been times, dude, when I lived in Columbus, like over a decade ago, I was at the Greater Columbus Convention Center one year, like 2009, 2010, someplace in there. And you literally we were at a magic event down there. We had no idea that the gay pride shit was even going on at that time because by the way, it wasn't a month back then. It was like a couple of days or like a weekend. They gave us what it was there back in those days. And yeah, it was straight down fucking High Street there they were doing things with. I look out the fucking window and there's dudes literally gyrating their fucking dicks out and stuff. And I'm like, why are the cops not arresting people for decent exposure at that time, dude? Like, nobody wants to see that shit. And then you had like chicks with like their fucking bare tits out too that were in like some weird like leather lace shit. And I'm like, again, like it was obviously like, the bull, what's. And it's like, dude, nobody wants to see that shit. Like, put that fucking shit away, dude. Take that back to the clubs where y'all belong, dude. For real. Like, have some fucking decency for the kids around here. Because the thing was, there was kids inside the convention center that like turned and like seen that shit, and the parents were like, dude, what the fuck? And like made sure to like grab their hand around the kid's eyes as fast as possible and like, turn them away from the shit. And rightfully so. It's like, yeah, you shouldn't be fucking having like kids be exposed to content like that, dude. It's obviously adult content in the middle of the fucking road, which it shouldn't be. And it's just fucking ridiculous is what it is, man. And then, of course, in California, you got pedophiles like Scott Wiener in their state senate there that are actively having primary sponsoring legislation that passed into law now that are allowing gay men and women to go bang 14-year-old kids or like 22-year-old dudes or chicks, or whatever it is there, to go have relationships with like 12-year-old children and stuff like that. Which, by the way, I bring that up because when you look at the person I'm talking about here, that's the ages of her fucking daughters right now, dude, pretty much. Is like between like 11 and 14, basically. So if they were in California right now, you could literally have adults like creeping on them right now if they wanted to, man. Like, pretty sure you don't want that lady. So it's like, what the fuck, man? It just blows my mind, honestly, dude, sometimes. It honestly makes me wonder too with some of these parents that seem like they're kind of well adjusted and stuff. If they weren't in fact molested as kids themselves, would that be the case, dude? Which would make a whole lot of fucking sense then, why they're pushing that shit on their kids then is what it is. Like it was like some family friend back in the day or some, parent, grandparent, whatever it was, against like that, preyed upon them as a child and they sort of like repressed the shit or whatever the case be. And then it's like years and decades later, they have like children of their own and stuff like that and like think it's okay to push the shit on their kids, basically. It's not either, by the way. You're doing irreparable harm is what it is, dude. Even if you're not pushing the kid to like, irreversible surgeries and stuff like that yet, you're still doing psychological harm that's going to be with them for decades, if not their entire lives now is what it is, dude. To make them think this shit is okay is what it is when it's clearly not, man. It's not cool at all either for that matter. So, yeah, it's just fucked up in general, dude. But, yeah, it's just, oh my God, bro. Fucking ridiculous is what it is. Huh. Okay, so wait a minute now. I just realized that okay, so there's actually two flags there. So she was holding two flags. She had two other flags like tattooed to her hair or something, I think is what it was or something. So the one was the bisexual flag. The other one was a transgender flag she was waving around in the parade itself. Then there was a third and a fourth one that was. It was basically like that asexual one, but it was weird because it had like a blue piece to it then too. And then there was, it's like a bunch of pinks and a white in the middle of it, which I think might be like lesbian pride or something like that, or like lesbian flag or something like that. I could be wrong. Right about that one. Yeah, it's all like that's the thing, right? Like truthfully speaking, man, we used to treat this shit as mental illness. Like, literally, like, 40 to 50 years ago, honestly. It wasn't even that long ago, dude. It was, like, almost my lifetime, basically. Okay, so, yeah, this would be the ones, then. So, yeah, so it was like an asexual flag, but it had, like, blue at the bottom of it. Somewhere that's a different flag, that's probably the case. And then you had the bisexual flag. And then, yeah, this was the other ones that this kid had with him then. It would have been lesbian pride flag, which who knows, maybe that's what she claims to be right now. Probably fucking know. Then it would have been the trans pride flag was the other one. So let's see what the other ones are here now. Let's see, we got Abrosexual flag. What the hell does that even mean? Flag created by ModClad of Pride Flags for Us after another anonymous person requested it. It's not known why this person chose these colors specifically. Said abrosexual refers to an individual whose sexuality is changing or fluid. So basically, the season fluid nut jobs now, or season gender nut jobs, you should say. All right, then we got gay men's pride flag. So the rainbow's not inclusive enough. You gotta have your own fucking. Goddamn, people. Seriously, man. Like, the fuck. Ridiculous. Ridiculous. You got your heterosexual pride flag. Actually, that would probably be the one I'd actually rock most of the time. Even as, like, you know, potentially a bisexual dude right now. So. Mavenese pride. What the hell is that one? It was created on Tumblr 2014, who coined the term maverick to describe their gender. The term combines the English words maverick and the French suffix lekic as a non-binary or a-binary gender with significant gendered experiences, but is neither male nor... Get the fuck out of here, kid. Like, seriously, take your mentally ill ass back to the fucking nut house where you belong, people. Like, it's all goddamn insanity is what it is, dude. It really fucking is. Like, all this fucking shit is, man. Gray sexual. What the fuck? 2 lines of purple. Supposed to represent someone starting with no sexual attraction, then going through an episode of attraction with white indicating allosexuality or asexual flag. It's all mental illness, dude. It really fucking is. Like, good lord, people. I swear to God, like, half of the... Like, this one right here kind of looks like a weird Italian flag, honestly, dude. Like, with a different coloration to it. Like, you seriously can't tell me this shit's not a religion for the people at this point, bro. Like, and that's what I'm saying. Like, it all started with godless schools, man. You took God out of the school systems and you replaced it with fucking Satanist shit like this is what it is, bro. It's fucking nuts is what it is, dude. It's absolutely fucking insane. That was the last one they claimed there. So yeah, they must... I swear to God, it's just nutcase people is what it is, dude. It's a bunch of mentally confused kids that their stupid fucking parents, like in this case, this woman here, aren't doing their job as a parent to be like, no, child, you're not gay, you're not trans, you're not fucking, you know, non-binary, what the fuck it is there. You're my fucking daughter. Like, that's what it would be, honestly. That's all they have to tell them at that point. Be like, stop listening to your dumbass friends. Like, they're obviously fucked in the head. Seriously. So, but that's the problem, right? Is that parents ain't doing that shit. And so what you end up having is you have these, they're fucking, you know, reinforcing this lunatic behavior is what it is there, man. And they wonder why these kids end up all fucking nutso. And then you got like those ones in fucking Nashville and shit like that where they go on fucking killing sprees of Christian kids is what it is then, man. Like, I'm not saying that all leads to that, obviously, but it's either that or it's like fucking self-harm most of the time is what it is there, man. You know? Like, there's been multiple studies out there that have talked about that stuff where you have these kids on the hormone shit and it, like, influxes their fucking balances and stuff like that. And all of a sudden, it's just like, you know, fucking self-harm, etc. shoots to the fucking roof is what it is there. So, yeah, it's just insane is what it is, dude. It bothers me a lot, too, by the way. From a lot of perspectives. Specifically, that vote last year is what it was. That should have never happened to begin with. So, anyway. And it does, and again, it kind of goes back to the Democrat Party in the state right now, because you look at how many people that are in, like, the state house or the state senate right now that falsely claim to be, like, ex-teachers in this state. And it's like, no, we don't know what you really fucking were, you assholes. You were the goddamn indoctrinators, like, 15, 20 years ago for these kids now coming up. They're all fucked up in the head and claiming to be teachers now is what it is now. They're like 25, 30, 40 years old, something like that's what it is. And they're the ones pushing this shit now, too. They're even, you know, it's like the slippery slope mentality shit is what it is there. That keeps going further and further down the fucking road. That's what it is, man. So, also, apparently, I guess the cops finally released the name in Michigan of the guy who shot up that splash pad yesterday. I tried looking the guy's name up to see if we could find, like, you know, anything relating to, like, potentially, like, race of the shooter is what it is there. And as far as I'm understanding, yeah, there's nothing. I can't find nothing about the guy itself there. Like, we just have the name is what it is. And if you actually try to do like image searches anywhere on there is what it is, like nothing's coming up with the guy's name at all. So it actually makes it seem more suspicious to me, honestly, because it shows on that one that they're definitely trying to suppress this motherfucker's like name, etc. They're not name, they're trying to suppress his like image and stuff like that from coming out. So especially when they're like, oh, we don't know if this was motivated by anything, if that be the case. And it's like, well, I mean, I don't know, maybe show the victims on one side and show the fucking perpetrator on the other side who's dead now. And let society figure that out if it has anything to do with race or anything like that, dude. So, and then again, it could also be just mentally ill people is what it is there, man, because there was talk of mental illness with that guy and stuff. So again, it might have been a person that was, never allowed to get the mental help they really needed in this country, and just decided to snap one day is what it was, dude. Like maybe the guy was a split personality for all the fuck we know is what it is there, man. Just went on a lunatic rampage is what it was, because even the people that were like his neighbors and stuff that I guess found out about it and stuff like that, and like some of the people that were survivors of the whole thing that didn't actually get shot in the melee and stuff like that, were like, yeah, the guy calmly like walked back to his car after firing a bunch of times and then walked and basically like drove away. Then is what it was. So it's fucking nuts is what it is, bro. But anyway, besides that though, the other things we know about this horrible tragedy there in Michigan, that was preventable, by the way. Unfortunately, this was a gun-free zone and people weren't carrying there, so it seemed like. Which is why I will always advocate, why we at the network always advocate this. You got to be carrying every single day, people. You have to be situationally aware of what the hell's going on in this country anymore. Because otherwise, you're going to be a victim just like these people were, unfortunately. And then you have more idiots out there calling for more gun control, even though it did nothing to stop this shit, is what it is, dude. Because it never fucking does. It never fucking will. The only thing that will stop these fucking massacres from happening is to ban gun-free zones entirely in this country. And we simply go down a place in time and history then where you actually have everybody armed the fuck up is what it is. And you have constitutional carry in all 50 states at that point, and every single territory that we own as a country too, for that matter. And you allow people to defend themselves versus criminals is what it is. And you stop having fucking piece of shit judges allow criminals to get a slap on the wrist when they're clearly repeat offenders and stuff like that. And you smack them with like hardcore fucking sentences is what it is then, dude. We have mandatory minimums for this shit is what it is then, dude. So, anyway. But yeah, so for the rest of this article, it says, Oakland County Sheriff's detectives found 28 shell casings in the scene. Police said that the dude who committed this got out of his vehicle at the splash pad and opened fire with a Glock 9mm handgun. So sheriff's deputy was on the scene within 2 minutes, but yet 2 minutes, 120 seconds, this guy was still able to hit, what was it, 9 people now that they're claiming in the massacre here is what it was. I believe is what it was now. So, yeah. So police said they did not have any guy exposed having any connection to victims. An 8-year-old boy was shot in the head. Critical condition. His 4-year-old brother was also wounded in the leg, but it's in stable condition. Their mother was in critical condition after being shot in the abdomen and leg area, so potentially almost femoral artery, my guess on that one. From the Associated Press said all other 6 victims were all 30 and older, are in stable condition, including a husband and wife couple and a 78-year-old man. Said police tracked the guy to his home Saturday night, Shelby Township. When sheriff's deputies entered the home, he was dead from a self-inflicted gunshot wound already is what it was. So, interesting. Crazy stuff, man, for sure. Sad. I mean, this may have been a random act of violence. Who the fuck knows, dude? But then even like the AP is saying here in their article, it was says Detroit suburb injures 9, including 8-year-old in critical condition. It says 9 people were injured, including 2 children and their mother, after the shooter opened fire on a splash pad in Detroit suburb, where families gathered to escape the summer heat Saturday. It says police tracked the piece of shit to his home, where the man apparently shot himself to death. According to authorities, said 8-year-old boy was shot in the head. His critical condition Saturday night. Oakland County Sheriff Mike Bouchard said during press conference, boy's mother was also in critical condition after being wounded in the abdomen and leg, and the 4-year-old brother was in stable condition from a leg wound. Said 6 other victims all over the age of 30 were in stable condition. They include husband and wife. And a 78-year-old guy said shooting happened just after 5 p.m. at a city park featuring a recreational area with a non-slip surface where people can turn on sprays and fountains of water to play in, aka a splash pad. So Bouchard said the attack appeared to be random, with the shooter driving up to the park, walking to the splash pad, and firing as many as 28 rounds, which there's at least 20 rounds at that point. I think there's more than that even, because like that just seems like an odd number in general, especially if you're gonna, shoot an entire mag, drop that mag, reload, and then shoot through another mag pretty much. Like, even if they were only 15 round mags, that should have been at least 30 rounds at that point that the guy fired off. And especially when they said they found 3 mags at the scene, which I thought was pretty weird. So it's like, was it really that he actually shot like 45 rounds potentially, but yet they only found like 28 shell casings somehow is what it is there. So who knows? Yeah, and then it says stopping multiple times to reload. So yeah, that'd be the case then, dude. Like, unless of course it was only 10 round mags he have, that'd be the case. So it could have been something too where it would have been like, bang, 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 bang 10 times, drop that mag, reload, fire through that mag, reload, and then fire through whatever's left of the rest of the mag then, which would be 2 casings left in that mag or something like that then. Or 2 cartridges left in that mag, that's what it is then. So maybe, I don't know, man, it's weird. Because at least one witness reported that the shooter appeared to be using, used 2 handguns during the attack, but that was not yet been confirmed, the sheriff said. So that would actually make sense, though, if that were the case, because potentially it would be like maybe 2 15-round mag Glocks or something like that then, dude. And it would also make sense why so many people were wounded and not actually like killed, because he was a terrible shot with his offhand is what it is then. So I don't know. Just seems weird either way. But again, just terrible shit, dude, is what it is. And again, it goes back to, this is exactly why I'm such a 2A advocate, dude, and for people carrying, because, whether it be this, whether it be, some pride parade, whatever the case be, dude, like, people are going to be evil, and they're going to do horrible things at places, dude. So why even put yourself in a crowd at that point, really, is what it is, man. So, anyway. And then we got this third article here from the Detroit Free Press here. It says, Rochester Hills splash pad shooting, what we know about victims and suspect. Says Oakland County Sheriff Mike Bouchard, 9 people were injured, some in critical condition. Saturday at Brooklyn, splash pad suspect was a 42-year-old man, is now dead. It said, active shooter opened fire at the splash pad in Rochester Hills on Saturday, unleashing 20 rounds on families, including children, enjoying a hot summer day. It said Oakland County Sheriff Mike Bouchard said 9 people were injured, some in critical condition. Suspects, he said, was found in a Shelby County home, dead from an apparent self-inflicted gunshot wound. He was identified as a 42-year-old guy. I'm not going to mention his name because he's a piece of shit. Fuck him. So detectives are investigating the motive of the suspect, who Bouchard said had no connection to the victims, did not even live in the Rochester Hills area. So he literally drove there, is what it was. It says shooting has been described as random. The shit never is, by the way. It says as of 8 a.m. Saturday, Bouchard's department said there was no updates on the tragedy. It's a guy pulled up the splash pad around 5:11 a.m. Saturday, exited a vehicle, walked up the stairs to that platform area, and opened fire on people. He was about 20 feet away from the victims. So apparently can't shoot at distance even, for that matter, which is not that far at all, dude. It said he reloaded his weapon, fired again at the victims, reloaded once more, and then calmly left the scene. So yeah, it was very possible he actually reloaded twice, and if that be the case, where it was, again, like I said, 10 round bangs, reload, 10 round bangs, reload, 8 rounds, leave. So at least 28 rounds were fired. A weapon, Glock 9mm, was recovered at the scene, along with 3 magazines. So that gun recovered at the scene was registered to a Shelby County home the suspect was contained at. So police responded to the scene in less than 2 minutes. This tragedy still what happens with this dude. Same thing with Nashville here, or not Nashville. Same thing with Dayton here 5 years ago. It was between the time that the cops had rounded the corner to the time they were able to engage with that piece of shit. You had it be, I think it was 52 seconds, and yet this guy was still able to hit, like, I think it was like 9 people, maybe 10 people, and then like wound like think it was like 16 or 17 others and stuff like that. Which now, granted, I don't believe that was all just from his gunfire either, because especially when you had the coroner's report saying that, hey, there was both 9mm and 5.56/223 inside the people's bodies and stuff like that, dude. Which I guarantee is what that guy, like both that guy and some of the sheriff's deputies were using rifles that night. So yeah, obviously the cops, you know, who's to say that that 9mm was like a killing blow or not? But yeah, they definitely were shooting, and it happened to hit like some of the victims in that situation. Then that may or may not have been dead already, is what it was. Like that might have been like the final blow that took them out, is what it is then, from the police there in Dayton. But you know, who knows? We're never gonna know that. Obviously, nobody's gonna be held accountable for that one either, for that matter, for putting you know, critically wounded people's lives at risk and then possibly dealing the final death blow is what it is. So anyway. But yeah, cops were on the scene in less than 2 minutes. Yet it still happened, obviously. So by then the suspect already left. So yeah, he went in there. Like I said, ding, 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 click, flip, oh, I'm out again. Another man again. Leave. Yeah, and it would have been that quick, dude. Like literally, probably like 20 seconds a piece. Probably is my guess, honestly, at most. So the authorities described the scene as chaotic. People were scrambling, falling, and getting hit by bullets as they tried to run. Ice cream cones and flip-flops were covered in blood at the time there as well. Very sad. This is what we know about Rochester Hill shooting victims. Said Bouchard said that 9 victims in the splash pad tragedy included an 8-year-old boy who's in critical condition with a wound to the head, 4-year-old brother in stable condition with a wound to the thigh. 39-year-old mother of the kids was shot in the abdomen and the leg, is in critical condition as well. It says 3 were members of the same family. The eldest victim was a 78-year-old man who was shot in the abdomen in a stable condition. So the remaining victims suffered various injuries and are in stable condition. Many of them remaining victims were in their 30s, said Bouchard. Said among the victims are a mother and 2 kids and a husband and wife, said the mayor of Rochester Hills. So one of the victims is the spouse of a city employee. Jesus. And then it talked about what we know about this piece of shit. The guy was a 42-year-old male. I love how they say 42-year-old male, by the way. They won't say the race of the male, by the way, because it could have been racially motivated for that matter, dude. So again, was this dude white, black, Latino, Asian? Like, what was he, man? Because seriously, you know, and I'm assuming he wasn't white for that matter, because truthfully, if the guy really was a white male, I guarantee they would have said 42-year-old white male right there. They would be using that fucking narrative right there, being like, oh yeah, it's 42-year-old white male. But no, the fact that they say 42-year-old male makes you think it's somebody who's not white is what it is there, man. So he lived with his mother. Said the police chief said that the man had no criminal history, but was believed to have had mental health challenges. See, I love when they say mental health challenges. So what the fuck does that even mean, dude? Does it mean, was the guy on the spectrum? Was the guy fucking nuts? Was he schizophrenic? Was he bipolar? Like, what was it, man? Or was he just like completely psychotic and should have never been out of the fucking, you know, something else what it is there. Yeah, so he died by suicide after being contained by in the Shelby County home for several hours following the attack. Bouchard said after attempts to contact suspect failed, drones were deployed to examine the house where his body was found. So inside the house on the kitchen table was what looked like a semi-automatic rifle. Suggested that the guy may have had plans for a second chapter. You don't know that though, dude. You know, unless he left like writings behind that said, "Oh yeah, chapter 2 is this thing," or whatever the case be. Like, obviously, like could have just been something. This was stupid to take the rifle. What if he had plans to do anything else? And it wouldn't surprise me because having that on the kitchen table is not an everyday activity. It's not. So Bouchard described the shooting as very random but bizarre. So the guy had no connection to the victims. Detectives are still working to determine a motive. Again, it could have just been some nutter snapping for that matter, dude, for all the fuck we know. Or again, depending on if you actually let the race out of the motherfucking guy and let the race of victims out of the attack too, could have been a racially motivated hate crime for that all fucking know, dude, that you're just holding up and not allowing us to know that shit right now is what it is. Which is a bunch of shit all the way around is what it is, honestly. I was actually watching a video last night during Tactical Muffin Top's chat there that I sent him, obviously, and we didn't show it because you couldn't really show it here on YouTube is what it is. Yeah, it's fucking nuts, dude. You had It was some dude like randomly standing in his business, and you had fucking 20 look like black males with sledgehammers and shit like that, just like bust down the fucking doors of the place and try to come up in there. Which, ironically enough, had the guy actually had like a firearm, and I'm not talking about like a handgun either for that matter. I'm talking about like an actual like AR pistol or AK pistol or something like that. Because that was more or less like a tunnel they were coming through for those doors and shit, dude. Like, you basically created like a kill funnel is what it was at that point then. Of the dudes. Like, you would have had to have the buddies like jumping over their buddies' dead bodies and stuff like that, potentially. But unfortunately, that was not the case. And they just basically swiped everything they could in sight because, you know, that's how they do things, what it is. But yeah, I guarantee you any form of 2A at that point would have definitely been done differently. And it would have been a bunch of fucking coward-ass bitches running the other direction and stuff like that. Because ain't nobody going to fight somebody with a fucking sledgehammer that has a gun that can easily blow their fucking brains out and shit. So, ain't nobody bringing a sledgehammer to a gunfight at that point, dude. Like, they're all running their direction is what it is. So, anyway. Oh, good fucking God, dude. My God, dude. So, you know what's crazy and scary about our society? And this kind of goes back to the whole, you know, pride thing itself now in this episode. Let's jump to X here, and you had lived a TikTok talking about this person who apparently was born a woman and is a quote-unquote trans man. Like, that's a scary fact of, like, what testosterone can do to you, man. Where it can have you grow, like, a fucking full beard and shit. So, yeah. It's just insane, bro. Yeah, they said an hour ago, it said, this woman was sold the lie that she can become a man. Doctors cut up her vagina and took skin from her thigh to create a fake penis, which is broken. Says doctors who did this to her should be in prison for life. No, they should be public executed is what it is, dude, straight up. For conversation media is what it is there, dude. And we've talked about that too, by the way, on this channel a few times with that, I forget how you pronounce that shit. It's like pheoplasty or whatever the case be for like the fake dick, basically. There was a thing back in the day. It was back in like the 50s and 60s time period where it was this pharmaceutical company that created a drug that was supposed to be for pregnant women for morning sickness and stuff like that. It was like thalidomide or something like that. I think that's how I pronounce it. And it was what they knew from the jump, by the way, when they put this on the market, was that this was causing side effects to people and stuff like that, where you'd have these kids be born with like anything from like cleft palates to like no hands or feet or anything like that and stuff. Where they would have like, you know, the roof of their mouth wouldn't exist and stuff like that. If that be the case as a newborn and shit. And yet they left the shit on the market for like decades to the point where it wasn't until like, I think it was like, it was somewhere between like 2015 and 2018 is when you finally had these people that were filing lawsuits against these motherfuckers for like 50 something years almost finally get restitution for that stuff. And some kind of money in the lawsuit and stuff like that, which, again, like, sorry, if you're sitting there for 5-something decades, dude, it's never going to be enough. They took your entire life from you at that point, bro. And the reason I'm bringing that up is because you've had people like the guy that does Natural News. He actually was talking about how what we're seeing now with the whole transgender thing like that, where they're, you know, chopping these kids up and stuff like that, like pieces of them off and everything like that is what it is there, man. And, you know, whether it be, you know, double mastectomies or whatever the case be, like, you are committing so much atrocity right there, and it's nothing more than like throwing my trials 2.0 at that point, dude. Which is very much the case at that point, honestly, dude. And like I said, that's why I truly believe like we're gonna have crime prosecution committee, Nuremberg trials very soon in this country for a lot of stuff, whether it be for that, whether it be for the other, you know, little pokety pokes back in 2020, there's what it was, etc., dude. And there's gonna be a day of reckoning coming in this country, honestly, dude. And I believe it's going to happen very soon. And it needs to, honestly, right now. Like, we all need justice for everything that went down in this country, dude, in the last 5 or 6 years and stuff. And especially for these young kids that get fucked up like this is what it is, dude. Oh, Jesus. So apparently one of the breaking news alerts a few hours ago there said Chuck Schumer deleted his Father's Day burger post on X social media page after being grilled grilled by thousands about the cheese on the raw beef patty. Yeah, so he's basically making a fake burger is what they're saying there, I'm guessing. Like, what the fuck, man? Yeah, see. Sorry, but why would you put cheese on raw beef and not wait until the beef is fully cooked before adding cheese? Please don't make me do a breaking news story about how properly add cheese to a cheeseburger the right way. Well, I guarantee you Schumer never cooks himself is what it is there, dude. And it's probably like the first time he ever cooked himself was my guess. So he doesn't know the first fucking thing about actually how to make a burger, which is not that hard to do, man, honestly. And yeah, it should, like, really truthfully, if you're going to do the cheeseburger properly, dude, it should be first side grilled, flip it over to the other side that's like grilling at that time. And it's somewhere between that process is when you're actually supposed to technically throw the cheese on there so that it melts like right before you're about to pull out the fucking grill and stuff like that, dude, or the you know, barbecue, if you will. So yeah, it's just sad and pathetic both. So anyway. Oh yeah, here's the dumbass post by old pedo Chuck the cuck fuckboy Schumer, the idiot uncle of Amy Schumer. Said our family has lived in an apartment building for all our years, but my daughter and her wife just bought a house with a backyard, and for the first time we're having a barbecue with hot dogs and hamburgers. Jesus Christ. So his daughter is supposedly gay? Like, good lord, dude. Those hot dogs look a little suspect, too, for that matter, dude. But, yeah, those burgers are definitely not cooked all the way through is what it is. So, makes sense. Again, probably dude's first time ever grilling. But, yeah, why the fuck would you be that much of a douche, man? Yeah, somebody says, probably not trying to grill a pizza. And somebody's talking about that whole Chuck E. Cheese being, old Chuck the Cuck Schumer being a pedophile, obviously. That guy is definitely a demon for sure, man. He's definitely possessed by demonic evil forces. So somebody added Kamala Harris's face to the one post. Schumer with her mouth being open, or whatever the case be, like about to suck down a hot dog or something. Yeah, that's too much, man. That's too much for real, man. So Oh, Jesus Christ. Yeah, and then, of course, you had Mitt Romney like a year ago, almost, to the day. People said, reminds me of Mitt Romney, quote, I'm a human vibe. Hot dogs, his favorite meat. Yeah. And there's the video there. Fucking idiot Romney walking down the thing with a retarded baseball cap on and a hot dog in his hand. Although, wasn't hot dog one of those code words for like pedophiles in Hollywood and the U.S. government and stuff like that, if I'm not mistaken? Where it meant like one or the other gender of a kid, if I'm not mistaken there. So, yeah, I'm sure Mitt Romney really does love hot dogs, dude. If that be the case. In reference to him loving kids, is what it would be. So, anyway. But yeah, they're all a bunch of fucking pedos, dude, for real. That being said, now I really want a sausage burger. Unfortunately, I don't have any in the house right now. The only thing I have is sausage links. They're like breakfast sausage and stuff like that, which I may go make in a little bit, actually, because I'm kind of hungry. So, maybe do that and some like bacon strips or something. A couple eggs and the bacon grease, that'd be good. It'd be tasty. Yeah, now we got Idaho farmers order to shut off water. Governor of Idaho is claiming they can't do anything about it. Fuck that, man. Yes, you can, you dickhead. So, you're the fucking governor of the state, asshole. It's called defy the fucking federal government, you douche. How hard is that? Uh, anyway. Jesus Christ. So you have one of the fake news reporters on one of these mainstream media channels. Worries that the debate between Biden and Trump will be unfair to Biden because our expectations are so high of him. Says bar for Biden is so much higher. No, it's not, dude. It's literally the guy is so fucking dementia. You all know he's going to fuck up immediately is what it is. Doesn't matter how much adrenochrome or the fuck you're going to shove into his system is what it is there. We all know that shit's going to go down, man. So, what the? I guess there was some kind of a pool party in Compton, California. Yeah, pool party ends in fatal shooting. Fucking ridiculous. There was also 200 kids the other day who, they were doing like a senior skip day or whatever the case be. They were all minorities, by the way. And yeah, you had them basically get into a shootout and stuff in this like park area or something like that. And then, then you have this one here that I'm going to share to our X page. I'm not going to show it on here is what it is, because it is like some dude basically, the piece of shit recording there was supposed to be some YouTube asshole or something like that, or some social media influencer douchebag is what it is. Basically e-bagging these people for food is what it was, and they got him a burger and stuff like that, and he basically picks up this rock over here later on, and he's like, "Oh, it's so glad you guys fed me because I would have totally murdered both y'all." And it's like, what the fuck, dude? Like, first of all, as the man, because there was a couple sitting there, was a woman and a man. As the dude, how are you not going to protect your chick at that point and smoke this motherfucker right then and there, dude? And be like, he literally threatened to kill us, so I killed him in self-defense. Like, that's all you would have had to say, and they would have let you off, I guarantee it, man. Which would have been justified for you to smoke his ass right then and there, is what it is, dude, for real. So. And apparently you had Candace Owens going on a whole tirade about how America should not have joined World War II. It's a reporter, do you think America shouldn't have gone into World War II? Candace Owens, yeah, and that's a radical statement. People don't know how to deal with that. Or maybe back in position on exactly why. Like, I don't understand that, dude. Like, why? Like, seriously, like, why wouldn't you just back up the position with, like, actual facts and knowledge, lady? Like, Jesus. Like, be like, yeah, we shouldn't have gone into World War II, and this is why, and be like, you know, X, Y, Z, or whatever the case be. But no, you're not going to say shit like that because you're an idiot, is what it is. To be fair, I know she was a grifter for a long time on the left, and then she realized that Griff wasn't really paying the money, so she grifted on the right as it was then for a long time, and then her and Shapiro had that whole fallout, and yeah. Like, fuck them both, man, obviously, on that one personally, like. I mean, truthfully, for me, Candace Owens, like, she's okay in, like, small doses. And by small doses, I mean, like, when she was on the whatever podcast there and you had, like, about 30 different clips that were, like, 2 minutes or less of her ass, like, calling out these chicks for, like, basically being whores and stuff like that and why you shouldn't do, like, whorish behavior and stuff like that. Like, yeah, those were good, obviously. But when you, like, go through that, like, whole thing and just hear her, like, constantly drumming on and on and on and stuff like that, eventually it's like, Jesus Christ, lady, enough already, kind of a thing. So, anyway. But yeah, Candace is kind of a joke, honestly. Like, as are most of the people that are in that like whole like establishment fucking right wing party. There is what it is, dude. Because they really are like the establishment grifters and stuff like that in society. So, but anyway, I don't know anymore, man. It's all kinds of craziness. And unfortunately, people are still putting up with this nonsense nowadays, is what it is. So, anyway. Although, to be fair, it's nothing more than us putting up with the same nonsense of all the whole pride crap is what it is now, dude. Actually, it was interesting. I was watching a video last night where it was talking about this guy who was he apparently was some gay dude in think it was New York City or something like that, and he was discussing how he was basically doing like pro God posts and like basically discussing like religion and stuff like that in his personal social media accounts and stuff like that, and how you should basically like pride shouldn't really be a thing is what it is there or something, and he got fired for that stuff, dude. And yeah, I feel like that's definitely a First Amendment rights lawsuit, both on freedom of speech and freedom of religion, just waiting to happen right now, and potentially go to SCOTUS in like a year or two. That is what it is. So, anyways, but yeah, we'll wait and see here. Oh, okay. So we got more of an update to that story I was talking about in Muffin Top's chat than earlier. So this is, I'm not going to show the video here either for that matter, but yeah, basically it said, mob of dozens of masked criminals rob a jewelry store in broad daylight. There you go. Gavin Newsom's California is where it happened at. So yeah, you got this dude just sitting there chilling in his place, like texting somebody over the KSB, and then a couple seconds in, we'll show the couple seconds right now. So 1 second, 2 seconds, 3, there you go. Start seeing people at 3 seconds almost. 4 seconds, got to realize something's going on. 5, 6, 7. First guy runs in the frame. 8, 9. And then a whole fucking bunch come running in then. So yeah. And we'll leave it at that basically. Because it just goes from them just like busting the windows down and then robbing the place blind basically after that. So if you want to watch that, it'll be on our X page later. But yeah, I'm not going to share the rest of it then after that. So, and then we got that when I was talking about a while ago there where it said, what can be done about the black culture of crime in this country, this person said here. And it was literally 12-year-olds stealing Kias and Hyundais and stuff like that, dude. Well, I would say fatherless homes are a big problem right now. Maybe start there. I don't know. Then we got invader into England, subdued by bystanders when he tried to rape white woman. Jesus fucking Christ, dude. Insane shit, dude. Jesus. Sorry, people were talking about Big Mike's ass. So, apparently President Trump gifted Alex Jones a Cybertruck. That's interesting. Apparently had a bunch of guys brawling on Father's Day while they're playing golf. Yeah. I'm assuming this is just some chick talking shit. Oh, God. Oh, it was some girl walking up and asking some dude if they like wanted to hang out over the case or go on a date or whatever. And I think the guys are like, yeah. Then all of a sudden it's fucking Gorlock, the Destroyer, coming up there and being the person they're going to go out with, and they're just like, oh hell nah. So yeah, it's sad that motherfucker's become famous at this point, dude. Thanks to whatever podcast there with their crazy tranny ass on there. By the way, there's and I've said this before, dude. There's like multiple versions of transability is what it is. I don't know if that's gonna work. No, I'm just gonna make it a word at this point. Yeah, that's a great word to use. Transability. Actually, I guess I would say transpassing would be a better term to use. I was on that one where it's like the passability of like trans people and stuff like that, where it goes from like somebody who can like obviously pass like physically, but again, it usually comes to the voice where they can't fully pass what it is there. Unless they like really, really, really try about it, dude, and like can get like either vocal cord reconstruction or something like that, or it's like some kind of other surgery and stuff, or they, like vocal lessons or something like that to sound more like feminine shit. And then you got like people like the It's Ma'am guy or like the fucking Gorlock person there and shit. And it's like, yeah, you motherfuckers can never pass, dude, as female, ever. I don't care how hard you try, people. So, But yeah, it's just a bunch of silly ass bullshit. Then we got retard Cardi B speaks on the House passing a bill for all men aged 18 to 26 to automatically get registered for the draft. Says good luck with that. These new little, and then she, dropping N bombs there. Our TikToker babies, or TikToker's baby. These motherfuckers ain't gonna fight no war. Yeah, she's right about that one, actually, dude. I've said that before myself, honestly, dude. And I've said it multiple times, honestly, bro. Like, yeah, you have people who are not going to fight your bullshit for you, is what it is, dude. And I believe, truthfully, it's not just going to be the people just opting out, basically. It's going to be the family members of these people, the mothers, the fathers, etc., being like, you're not drafting my son or my daughter or anything else like that, dude. Like, go fuck yourself. And that's when you will see war break out in this country, honestly. That's when you will see some kind of civil war / revolutionary kind of deals what it is there. So, Jesus. That's just messed up, bro. So apparently he had 2 kids that were, I'm guessing, like brothers / siblings, maybe. Like they're both toddler age. And the one wouldn't give up something to the other one. And the kid just like full blown like smacks him like right in the forehead, basically. And it's all like surprised when his hands hurting after the fact. And it's like, yeah, because you're dumb, dude. Like, it's called don't hit other people, dude. Period. Like, fuck around, find out, kid. Congratulations, you just learned a life lesson there. So, oh, that's a good one. For those that don't know why I don't wear a headphones and stuff like that, dude, these videos here and don't do like gaming stuff at all for like hours on end and stuff like that in headphones. This is exactly why. They literally have people forming dents in their heads now from wearing headphones a lot of times. What it is there, bro? Like, it gets really bad, dude. Like, it's an indent that's basically forming into your head. So, yeah, take that shit off every once in a while, people. And don't get a fucking permanent dent into your skull, basically. So, that's a life lesson for you right there, man. Then we got this one 12 hours ago. Stanford students, quote, storm out of graduation ceremony in the name of Gaza. Hundreds of students marched out of the ceremony whilst waving Palestinian flags. Not a single one of the protesting students waved American flags. And that's exactly when they should be kicked off U.S. soil for life is what it is, dude. It's like, yeah, keep marching your ass right out of this fucking country, bitch, and never come back. Your citizenship is stripped at the fucking door, bitch. Eat a dick. It's as simple as that, really, dude. So... Apparently you got cyclers using pool noodles now to stop cars from trying to hit them or whatever the case be, I guess. That just seems like a way to fuck people's day up if they're actually driving next to you on the thing because you got a little cycling lane next to the actual vehicle lanes. So, yeah, it's just kind of dumb as what it is on that one. Anyway, let's see what else we got here. Oh, yeah. This is an interesting one. So you guys know I've talked about Casey Weinstein's piece of shit ass here in Ohio. He's the Democrat fuckboy who hate hooks himself a month after I was federally swatted, almost 5 years ago now, and never removed from the General Assembly, never investigated for misusing the USPS system, which would have been a federal felony if he had actually been charged with anything there, is what it should have been anyway. And then you got this fucking asshole who used to be a Biden boy, Biden White House appointee, a Democrat candidate for a county commissioner position in Texas, was arrested and charged after an investigation found he was allegedly created fake Facebook accounts to send himself racist, hateful messages. So literally, he hooks on himself was what was there, dude. Again, like, what the fuck, man? Like, at what point do we just charge these people with, like, the fucking hate hoaxes they're creating is what it is, dude, for real? Like, seriously. It's fucking ridiculous what it is, dude. So, anyways. But yeah, other than that, though, I think that's about it for today. I'm getting kind of tired. I want to go get some sleep for today because it'll be a while yet before we do anything else. If you live in the state of Ohio, stay safe this whole week, dude, because, and especially keep out of the sun and keep yourself hydrated because There is a heat advisory throughout most of the state between 11 a.m. this morning, so it'll be 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, to 8 p.m. Friday night. So yeah, shit's about to get fucking nuts real quick is what it is, dude. And I don't know if I'm doing any streams at all this week then. If I do, it'll be like probably like later in the night, like evening, like late night ones like this right now, honestly. Because it's not really... First of all, I'm not going to risk my health to do a stream, number one. And then number two, I'm just going to be so fucking overheated is what it is. I'm like this fan I have going right now that might be in the background noise and stuff like that. Like I'm going to have a bigger box fan that's by my nutsack, basically, if I'm sitting in this chair all this week. That's going to be going like 24/7 at high speeds, and it would definitely be... you would definitely hear it in the background for sure. So I don't really want to do that right now is what it is. So I prefer to just do what I can do here is what it would be then. So anyways. But yeah, other than that though, this is pretty much what we're going to be doing if we do anything this weekend. Other than that, it'll be, or should say not this weekend, it'll be, I don't think I'll even be doing like Buckshot Thursday or Freedom Friday this week at all, just because of the heat and stuff. If I do a Freedom Friday at all, it'll be probably later on in the night, like 10:30, 11 o'clock after the heat advisory goes off is what it is then, if at all, like I said, because it really depends. If we actually have an issue where it's, shit's going to be really fucked up then or whatever, dude, and it's going to be so like overly heated and exhausting and stuff like that, like I'm not even going to bother at all, bro. Like, I'm just going to say fuck it completely. And, yeah, it would be a whole situation. That's what it'll be. So, I'll just play it by ear, basically, at this point, if I do anything at all this week. And just want to let you guys know that now, because if something does happen, it'll definitely be... we're talking about poverty patties, and it's just like the scrapings of, like, what should be meat, basically. It's like a fake burger, essentially. That's just pathetic as well. That's like probably like the four patties they have there is what should make up like an actual full burger is what it is, though, dude. But that's pretty much Biden's America for you, dude. You can't even make a fucking full burger anymore. You got to slice that shit into like fours, basically, to make like a family meal, which is just fucking pathetic and disgusting is what it is, dude. So, but anyway. Let's see here. Actually, I think we'll leave off with this one. There was a, quote, march against the far right in Paris, France. Not a single French flag being waved, but a shitload of fucking Palestine flags being waving around, dude. So, yep. That goes to show you who the real enemy of these countries are, dude. It's a bunch of motherfucking Islamic terrorists and their supporters, for that matter, who can all eat shit, really, is what it is, dude. So, anyway. But yeah, other than that, though, that's what I'm going to be out for today. I'll see you guys in the next one, which may or may not be in the next couple of days. I don't know. It depends. I'll try to do Freedom Friday at some point on Friday. I don't know exactly when it'll be, though. But yeah, other than that, everything else is up for debate this week, if I actually do it or not. So if I end up doing a buckshot, it might be like really late Thursday night, depending again if heat is overly done or not, dude. It really depends on the heat, really, is what it is. If I'm feeling overly heated, I'm not gonna do it at all. It might just be a situation where I just chill out in the bedroom most of this week, actually, which I'm thinking what I might do actually is I might just go get some sleep here for a few hours. Well, it's still kind of cool right now because it's only 64 right now. But yeah, if it gets like 95, 100 degrees like we're talking about later today is what it is in about 12 hours from now. It should be around that thing and stuff, and I'm still like in the bedroom or whatever. It's going to be with the other fan on full blast, basically, making sure I keep cool and stuff like that, to the point where I may also get like various like ice packs out of the freezer and stuff like that to like put on my neck, head, etc., just to keep my core temperature down and stuff like that. Because I know for a fact, like we have had stuff like this years ago, and bro, I almost died because of no AC. Like it was definitely like that close to like heat exhaustion basically, and like heat stroke and shit. Just like chilling around in the house, but yeah, like just yeah, I don't really think I'm gonna do much or anything all today. Like I'll probably, like I said, I'll probably just like chill for a while. I'm probably gonna, well, what I might do today actually, I'm probably gonna call my cousin later and see if he'll go to the dollar store and pick me up some of the little, what you call it, pop things is what it is there, that you can freeze and make into like popsicles. What it is there. I know some people call them otter pops. I think I've heard them as like, I know we always just were calling them like popsicles and stuff like that. That's what it was. I forget what the actual name of them is actually offhand. Like freezer pops or something maybe. I know Sonic makes one though that's really good. It's like 10 or 12 of them in the pack. There's what it is, and it's like a blue, and some of them are blue, some of them are red, and those are probably the best ones I've had so far. And yeah, I'm hoping to pick me up a few packs of those ones. Is what it is. Then I'll keep myself cool with those. Then throughout the week is what it'll be. And just again, if I'm getting like overheated and stuff like that, just go eat one of those. Is what it is then. So, but yeah, my plan for this week is to, as much as possible, keep away from using the oven at all because it's going to be so hot as what it is. So it's going to be more or less just eating out of the fridge as much as possible, and then probably microwave too for that matter. Like it'll be basically cold cuts and stuff like that, and then probably, if it comes to it, I might do like just turn on like the burner or something like that. Maybe make like some breakfasts and stuff like that for like a dinner type of meal or something like that. Then and just, every few minutes come back out here with some water in my hand, some ice in it and stuff like that, and then just keep myself cool basically, and let that shit basically burn off like it will before I would, go back out and flip it again a few minutes later is what it would be then. So, but yeah, other than that though, that's pretty much where I'm at for the day right now. Hope you guys enjoyed this episode. I will see y'all in the next one. Have a good day. Stay safe, stay vigilant, always be carrying, all that good stuff. Because you never know when some psycho is going to come after you or your family, and they call it a random attack of violence, basically. So, anyway, have a good one, y'all. Peace out.